Hey everybody, what's going on? Herblin with a new episode of Dwarf Fortress. I've been plugging away off camera, doing a couple things and getting things set up. First thing to make note of is I've turned off auto labor in Dwarf Fortress. We were using auto labor for a long time. That's why we have so many idlers right now. But we were using auto labor for a long time. I think it's time to start micromanaging our dwarves a little bit more and, getting specialists and, setting up like a metalsmith and setting up like a dedicated brewer and all these things that the auto labor just won't allow for. So yeah, that's good news, and it's also going to mean that we're going to have a lot of lazy idlers. Right now, all those idlers, if you might have just noticed, I assigned plant gathering because I have so many idlers assigned to plant gathering right now, and that is because I also have set up a still here in the just by the kitchen area because we are badly lacking alcohol. And I'm going to set somebody up on that just as a constant. I'm not sure, if we have a dedicated brewer? We have 2 people that are set for brewing, and 1 currently doesn't have a job. So we should see somebody moving into that brewing station shortly. Also, you may notice that there's water all over the place in here. I've definitely run a test on this already. I tried it out to see how it worked, and I was really surprised we didn't lose a single dwarf in that test run. I'd recorded the testing just in case, but nobody died. Nothing all that interesting happened because it worked the way it was intended to work, which was a big surprise for me. So you can see here I've thrown a couple notes on here. Here's water drain tunnel. There's the flood tunnel option. Flood tunnel is flooding the tunnel, obviously, that like our bridgeway, like our under tunnel, the tunnel that goes under the river. Water drain from tunnel is quite obvious as well. Take the water out of the tunnel and drain it. And then there's the override, which is like this, also the main intake, which is right now these ones. But I don't think I have these 2 floodgates hooked up to that main intake right now. I should check and try that out though. Make sure, because like right now it works on 2, but it's not going to go as quick as it would if I actually set up all. So let's actually add those on here. Let's see if we can find them. Yeah, no, we haven't added those on quite yet, but we do have the mechanisms. Oops, there we go. All right, yeah. So now once those are set up, it'll just be even quicker. And then once we get those floodgates on there, I guess I'll go up here and mine that, find a little bit out, because this side tunnel hasn't quite been finished, but it doesn't really matter. It only means that we'll be taking water into the plumbing station just that much quicker, twice as quick. So we're working at half capacity right now. But the water still kind of, comes in and floods in and does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's just a little tiny bit slower. As you can see here, we've already flooded the whole entire thing, and I just tested to make sure that it did properly drain. It drains out the side of the base as it's intended to do, which is also really cool. Then we just have to set up, our base flooding option for a worst case scenario, and I may create a like a mine flooding option also for another scenario, but we'll work on that later. And now we have the option, like we have this plumbing station. Like I said, this is going to be more than just flooding this tunnel. At first, that's what this was all about, flooding this tunnel as quickly as we could and closing it off to intruders. But now that this is picked up, and now that this is a thing that we have, I feel this has become so much more, and we can actually use this like to do different things. Like we've already set up a thing on here to flood potentially the entire base. We could totally set up tunnels for entirely different projects, and we'll be able to pull in water from the river that way. We'll be able to set up maybe like a basin inside the fortress. Maybe we'll be able to set up a drowning chamber with that. Like anywhere that we need water hookups, I feel like could easily come out of here without any real issues. I think this is kind of like the most ideal place to set a water hookup from at this point, unless we needed like a bigger amount of water than we can pull from here, like if we needed like the whole river or something. But I don't see that being absolutely necessary anytime soon. So yeah, I'm really excited about the possibilities there. Another thing that I've done is set up a couple of nobles. We've got Sheriff Ton Morlem. He's our sheriff. He does need an office. He needs a couple things actually. Let's see. Needs an office. He's Probably needs, I think that's better quarters. He has his cabinet. He needs a dining room. As a sheriff, he definitely needs his own dining room and a chest, weapon rack, armor stand, and yeah. And then we have our broker, Lickett, who is also our bookkeeper. I think they should be okay with both those jobs. If not, I'll assign different people. He was just literally the best for. I didn't even realize that I was assigning the same guy twice. It was just he had both the like the skill. Our best skills as a broker and our best skills as a bookkeeper. So actually, he wasn't the best as bookkeeper, but he was the best that had the appraisal skill as bookkeeper. So I took him anyways. And he just needs an office, I guess. Yeah, he just needs like a meager office. He's happy with everything else that he has. And I've set up some little areas over here for offices. So we just got to throw a chair in there and a door, and he should be happy. Do we have any doors? Come on. What am I doing? There, door. One door left. Yeah, we got to get on that. Doors. What's this guy doing? Making golden statues. I guess that's a pretty important job, but you know that can wait. We need doors, man. We need doors, and we need them made out of gold. Come on, where is that? Okay. Excellent, and just do that forever until the day that you die. Also, as suggested, apparently these spiked silver balls are worth some money, and you can see, yeah, actually they kind of really seem to be. Even though I haven't made that great a quality ones, they've come up like value 5,000 something. Let's compare that to a golden door at 900. So yeah, I'm actually kind of glad that that was mentioned to me. These spiked silver balls seem to be very valuable, and we should make more of these. Yeah, they're worth more than golden statues. Well, I mean these crappy, poorly made golden statues, but you know what I mean. So yeah, spiked silver balls. I guess those are a great use for silver, and we seem to have an endless supply of silver, so we might as well take advantage of that. Actually, I'm going to, just because I've seen that, I'm going to have silver smelted. I'm literally changing the production from gold to silver because I've realized now silver is more valuable than gold, even though we're probably using a crap ton of silver for that. Another project that I've set up over here is just like a landmine field of stonefall traps, which I've also tossed a few up here. I just noticed that there's a dead dwarf down here, though. Hopefully that guy didn't die. I'm really hoping Juan Salgado, I don't think he died from that stonefall trap. I mean, I just recently set this up and he's totally mangled. And Mike Whiskey's been dead for a while too, so I'm pretty sure these guys have been dead for quite a while. Why aren't they being buried? Are we, like, we have burial spots. I'm sure we must have burial spots for these guys. Yeah. These are allowable. Maybe this needs to be set up into a tomb. I think. Yeah, no, these should be. Oops. No, these should be good. I'm not sure why this whole room hasn't just been filled up with corpses yet. We definitely have a lot of caskets. I made a lot of caskets for this shop. Well, quite a few caskets. So I'm not sure why nobody's being buried in there, but are they forbidden or something? That's really weird. No. They should definitely be buried at some point. Oh well. Maybe somebody will notice them and bury them eventually. I'm not really too worried about it right now. But yeah, we've got our little landmine fields up here, stonefall traps, and down here. So if the invaders come in from anywhere over this direction, hopefully they'll step in a few of those. We'll expand those later. I'm going to put some on top of the hill actually also. Because if they come in from the hilltops, then we're good there too. Actually, maybe we'll just do that now. Do a couple traps. Stonefall traps are really easy and cheap to make, and we've made just so many of these mechanisms. It's just really easy to place these now, and we are reliant. Like, I feel like we're putting a lot of faith, if we're invaded right now, into a military that's really equipped with like copper weapons and stuff. So I'm not really like confident in their abilities. So maybe these stonefall traps will kind of help level the playing field a little bit if we're so lucky as to have the enemies step in them. But I'm not sure if our dwarves will step in them. That's my big worry with these. I haven't used traps a lot, And hopefully our dwarves don't trigger a bunch of them off. I don't think they do, but who knows? Who knows with dwarves? Maybe if there is a way that they will definitely find a way, because they just always find a way to kill themselves. Even if it's not in the code, if it's impossible for them to kill themselves on a trap, they'll probably still find a way to kill themselves on that trap. So I guess there's no... At the end of the day, there's only so much you can do in preventative measures to try to stop a dwarf from just suiciding itself off, because that's at the end of the day, that's just what it wants to do. Why did he make a gold statue of flies? Are we living in that extreme poverty? He's made a couple golden statues of dwarves. Pretty cool. Huh. Anything, I don't see anything too interesting there. I was hoping to see a little bit of history on the fortress in one of those carvings. But how did those, yeah, we've got, did we get those floodgates set up yet, I wonder? No, we're still waiting on the mechanist to do that. We'll come back and check on that later, I guess, and we'll do a run of that tunnel before the end of the video. Now that the New Year's rolled by, you can see that we're in the year 127. We've finally gotten our all these switches hooked up. So you can see here's our main water intake at the bottom. I'm going to pull this switch, have this switch pulled. We should be taking in still only 2. We just once this lever's pulled, I'm going to set the mining assignments here to double up on the water intake. But yeah, so we're going to do a test run of our plumbing station right now, and just see how that works. And you guys can get a look at it, because I've already kind of played around with it a bit, right? Let's see what's up with this water here. Okay, so we've just made muddy peat floor. All right, I was wondering if that makes any difference to the integrity of the building, or if it's just, you know, it's just mud. All right, so water's come in. This guy has managed to get himself trapped down here with it. That's pretty cool. Good job, Sheriff Tun. Please don't die, because you are somewhat important to the fortress. And why is there a miner down here? Why did you decide to come down here? Why are these guys coming down here? Oh god, are they... Oh man, I think they're looking for the microline. Shit. Alright. First things first. Mine. Get this set up. Dig into this, and you know what? Maybe this will save them. I don't know. It's probably already too late for those idiots. But let's make sure we pull the right switch. Flood the tunnel, drain the tunnel. Pull this lever, do that now. Because once this opens up, maybe they'll be able to get out here. Maybe it'll give them enough opportunity to get out. I don't know. I think they're already dead, quite honestly. No, he's alive. You know what? Maybe we could flood the tunnel, and they'll be able to get out that way too. Yeah, I'm gonna pull the tunnel flood too, to try to get them out of there. Pull that and do that now also. Hopefully somebody gets on that quickly, so that they may live. Maybe they'll live. Who knows? No, one already died. Good. One of our miners died. That's good to see. That guy, come on. Sheriff Tun. Oh, Sheriff Tun died too. It's too late for him. Oh well, he was a picky guy anyways. He needed way too much stuff, things that we didn't have for him. We'll get somebody else in there as sheriff. And where is the sheriff? Oh, it's gone up to captain of the guard now, because we're a bigger city, I guess. All right, so I guess cancel that task of flooding the tunnel. That's something we don't need to do right now. And I suppose we could cancel the flooding, the drainage tunnel, water drain tunnel. We could turn that off now. Yeah, you can get an idea, I guess, of how that works at least. You can see that, you know, the water is flooding in from up here, as it should be. We just got to get. We do have a couple of mining jobs. We do have 2 squares that we have to still mine out into the river there to double up on the water intake. But for the most part, this place is looking good. I think I'm happy with the way it's the way it's sitting. Okay, so they've closed off this. Looks like we've had more, maybe more dwarves have jumped down in here. Like I said, dwarves will find any opportunity to kill themselves that they can. This is closed, right? I hope it's just there's junk on top of it, so it kind of looks open. Yeah, we've got dwarves just pouring down in here, like they think this is a good place to hang out. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but that is, I guess, the dwarven way. They must just be really, really depressed. I'm not too sure. But anyways, so you kind of get an idea of how that's gonna work. You can see that it does work. Dwarves are definitely gonna kill themselves in it. Maybe we'll try to set up like zones for them to not go down there, like refuse them entry into certain areas. But from my experiences, even refusing dwarves entry into areas doesn't really stop them. They go in there anyways, and they find a way around it, and they never really properly listen. But over time, these are all closed. So over time, these side chambers should empty out. You can see this side didn't get as full because we didn't have the water coming down here the whole entire time on that side. The water generates from this side, so it took longer to get over here. So it isn't filling. It isn't so full over here, and you can see it's already starting to drain out a little bit quicker over here. Over here, it's just going to take a little bit longer. Other things that we've done around the fortress, kind of again off camera, I've been desperately looking for iron, which I still have not found. I changed this room up a bit. It looked a lot like a deck before I added these little hallways on here. I didn't mean to do that. I just realized that I was watching a video. I was like, wow, that area that's supposed to be our future throne room kind of looks like a deck. So I changed it up a bit. So we've got two hallways coming in here for separate things. This is going to be an arena because I had a lot of fun doing the arena last time, and I think that would add a lot to a Let's Play. So I've already set up an arena. Kind of got to smooth it out, and we got to put some finishing touches on it. But here we are. So you're able to come down into the arena here. This is where the prisoners would go, and this is obviously the spectator area / place for dwarves with crossbows to come in. And down here we've got so far just 2 prison cells and then the main arena down here. It's nothing spectacular. It is a fairly basic setup, but I'm pretty happy with it. It looks quite nice. We still got to smooth it out and do some carvings and make it grand, but I think it's a pretty cool start. And if we look here, we've dug down further and further into the mines, finding lots of silver, lots of gold, not much else. Oh, and zinc, lots of zinc. So there's that. If anybody knows anything to do with zinc besides making bins, I would be appreciative of any information, but I don't think there is a lot to do with that. We've got sphalerite, which is more zinc. We did find fluxstone through marble. We've got more tetrahydrate, which is silver and copper. Galena, which is just silver, and I think actually silver and lead. And yeah, we've got marble, so if we find iron, we can make steel, which is really exciting. More galena. We found, more galena. We're still mining out, just taking a look, making sure we're not missing anything in these tunnels. Come down further, we found even more gold because, we need more gold. We're desperately lacking gold, apparently, so we found lots of it, and more gold and more gold. And we're still digging down, still looking for that iron, and I'd really love to find some because our fortress, now that we have a broker and a bookkeeper in charge, rather, you can see our created wealth is kind of getting up there. So the higher this gets, the more likely that something's going to want to raid us. And I'm not going to slow down and I'm not going to slow down the gold production because that's what we have. So if we're raided because we have so much gold and so much treasure, and we can't defend it because we don't have any iron, maybe the goblins will bring by whatever they bring by, their tan or their copper and maybe some bronze or something, and we can melt that down and make some stuff out of it. But so far, we've been getting really, really unlucky is in that regard. I have set up some more stonefall traps. You guys seen the ones on the hill. I set up another little row of them over here. We have a bunch of guys, just all they do all day is make mechanisms, so that's promising. We should be able to make lots and lots and lots and lots of stonefall traps, and I'm just going to keep placing those in hopes that when we are finally raided that we're able to get lucky enough that the invaders step in a couple of those, and it thins out the ranks just a bit, so that we're able to fight them off. Yeah, this area is slowly draining. You can see like these numbers, if you're not familiar with it, these numbers are like water pressure or depth. 7 is the absolute deepest, absolute most pressure that you can have in Dwarf Fortress. So 7 is like a full tile of water. It's full. 1 is, you know, like a little tiny puddle almost. But you can see the numbers that are lower down here because the water is lowering and going down into here, which is almost always a 6 or a 7. Turns into a 6 and then it turns into a 7 as the water drains out. But as the numbers get lower and as this drains out, the lower numbers should make their way down here. So we'll start seeing 6s come over from here. 6 means that water's draining off that tile for a moment, and then it's just moving down from over here a little bit quicker. So yeah, this side's completely dried up. So I hope that's closed. Like, that's my main worry, is that that's somehow open because of some garbage that's in it. But I don't think it is. I hope it's not. Looks like, yeah, I can't really tell. It looks like it's open from here, but I really don't think it is. I'm gonna hope that it's not, and we're gonna have to keep an eye on this and see if it ever drains. Maybe it's just gonna drain like really slowly though, because maybe this is actually there. Maybe there is actually stuff in the way. So I'm not sure. I think the next thing that we're gonna have to do, quite honestly, is set up a Atom Smasher room, because this guy is still transforming to and from a were badger. So that's got to be, I guess, prioritized at this point. He's just, I mean, we have a pet. We could use him as a pet, or maybe lock him in somewhere and keep him around forever as a spectacle. I don't really know. What do you guys think we could do with him if we don't Atom Smash him? I mean, we're going to make an Atom Smasher anyways, but if we don't Atom Smash that guy, what do you think we could do with him? I kind of think, like, maybe it would be cool if we put him, I don't know, like in a weird super secure prison where we can flip a switch and let him out someday, and at the end of the day, when the fortress gets overrun, like Bite Labor style, hopelessly against the odds, we can pull that switch and he'll run out and infect a bunch of intruders, and maybe we can hope for the best that you know, maybe someday they'll all die because of him. I don't know, but we've got some guy that will endlessly live in here. He's immortal pretty much. He'll never starve to death. He'll never dehydrate, unfortunately. So he's just going to live in what used to be a shitty hospital forever. That was a really terrible hospital. It was like a walk-in clinic, and now it's totally depressing. I guess we could try to flood him. I don't know if he'll die from flooding. We could try that. I don't think it would be too hard to get in there and set that up. So yeah, we dig in from up top, maybe put in a bar grate, and then bam, just flood the shit out of this guy and see what happens to him. But our military guys are training away. We can take a look at their skills here. Let's actually pull them up. Pull up our Spear Dwarf Squidman. He's at 3 competent. What do we got Axe Dwarves wise? We got 2 at 4. That's good to see, because these guys were both at 3 before, so they are definitely leveling up. Let's see his experience. Yeah, he's almost at level 4 with Squidman. And we've got a couple Mace Dwarfs. Oh, both of them are at 5. That's good. So yeah, we've got dwarves at least leveling up in the leveling up with their skills. They've got some let's see, they've got some armor use skills, which is good. Squidman, the guys have all got armor use skills. We got to get them some shields so they can level up shields as well. I think Squidman has a really basic shield, but we could make some more copper shields or something, I think, or even wooden ones. Let's take gold door production off for now and actually set that up. Let's go with copper and just do a bunch of copper shields. And then you can go back to endlessly making golden doors for the rest of your natural life. If I can ever find gold again. Not that I can't find gold, if I can ever find gold on the list. Because I was looking under weapons, and you can't make weapons or armor out of gold, unfortunately, or we would be set for life. We would be just living the dream. If I could make golden weapons, I would be very, 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 very happy. But unfortunately can't. Let's just take one last look down here and see how deep this is, like how far down we've gone, and we haven't found anything of use. Like, we're finding like gems and blah, you know, junk, stuff we don't need, but like more valuables. more valuables than we know what to do with, really, but nothing super useful yet. Nothing that we can use. Actually, this looks a little different. I'm going to, into the granite, I'm going to have a little mining expedition go out this way and a little mining expedition out this way. Sometimes I like to just kind of dig out around just in case there is a bit of iron on this level and our stairway might not have, you know, landed specifically on the tile. Uh-oh, what's happened? Ooh, we've got a fish cleaner that's become possessed. Great. Another guy that can go absolutely insane and try to kill everybody because he'll probably want cloth or something that we don't have yet, but that's okay. Oh, another thing you might have noticed that I'm doing here, this multicolored groundway outside. I don't care about garnet. Oh no, he claimed to workshop at the same time as we struck garnet, and I thought it paused my game to tell me that. But yeah, you can see here that we have a constructed floor. I'm going to pave the outside area over top of this little pond and such so that we just have a nice kind of cleaned area out front, even though it is going to be multicolored because I'm too lazy to, you know, way too lazy to try to get all of the exact same kind of blocks for every piece of the floor. If we could, it would be nice, but that would be way too much work. So we're just going to use whatever we have laying around, which is so far, you know, tons of random stuff. But we got lots of blocks. It'll all just be random different colors, which is fine. I am not too worried about that at all. We have a bunch of idling dwarves. I'm going to have to set up labors on some of these dwarves, just as I think we may be lacking people to do hauling, because I realize that our stone stockpile is starting to look a bit empty. There. So we've got a bunch of dwarves set up for hauling random crap around the fortress now, so we should be happier with less idlers. Hopefully less idlers. That's going to be an issue now that we've taken off. Oh, Herblin died. Yeah, I named a dwarf after myself, and immediately he went and claimed a workshop. Great. Yeah, but anyways, I'm going to call it here for this episode, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. As always, leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, comment. Let me know anything you guys want me to be doing. And I really appreciate that, and I'll try my best to follow through with it. I know I've been a bit disorganized lately, but I am working on that. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Also want to give a quick mention to Lothian Tam. Those silver spiked balls that you recommended are worth a fortune. I would have never known if you didn't say something. So thanks so much for that comment, man.